And Anyway, investigations.
Hello? Anyone here?
Missing agents. Mr. Kirkland. Here are the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, researcher Ezra Cruz, Agent Caroline Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, Agent Dreek Shah. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to the families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked out how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid. Darling investigation. Per authorization from Mr. Kincaid, internal investigations D-084-5 was launched into the ethical procedures of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite the accounts of anonymous people regarding inhumane treatment of something currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of something sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such something contained there. One person confirmed the something's code name to be something, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were simply blocked from entering the something research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into the something research. Casey inquiry. Dr. Dennis, Mr. Dennis. A request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls. Hey! Specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the intelligence. Per the information exchange agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm willing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hardboiled crime books. Hello. Yeah. Pretty interesting that the FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into the case, dealing with the writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into. What's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy. Alex Casey, you say? Aha, I broke through. Keystone inspecting. Fuck's sake. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped a Keystone on our way to the target AWE, like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this Grumman Morales desertion issue. Can you turn the light on? Thank you. We didn't find any sign of them here. Given their records, it is possible they've switched teams like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Gurman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of that ordinary case. But it was just the adults, if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were the markings of various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, we should send a team out here to cordon this place off and maybe get the comms guys working on a cover story. So much data in this one. Ethics investigation. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation P-142-9 was launched into the legality of the Prime Candidate Program. Some Prime Candidate Program by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of the systemic things. Something was brought to the old house and placed under high examination, and tested with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. This program has produced no successful cases, only resulted in the traumatic something of the paranormally inclined children. I'm guessing that's the children. Not only is this a breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human decency. This investigation team unequivocally condemns the Prime Candidate Program and recommends that it be terminated immediately. So they found out and they don't like what they see. Tractor procedures. Frank Elk Tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill when last seen. The item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion. Considered highly aggressive and dangerous. Item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, the owner of Burrow Farms outside Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived at the scene after the employee found a mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath the tractor. Police arrived but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panicked calls of federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communication staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Miss Burrow, only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Fucking sweet. There's so much shit, bro. So much stuff. To be fair, like, Ryder, you know. Trench, official warning. Kirkland, I'm growing very tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you're the head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken care of a certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't you think your petty internal investigation has gone past my notice? You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. I don't want to be. You don't want to be. Right, Director of Investigations. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, something was launched into the something of Director Zachariah Trench. A recent change in something, probably attitude, witnessed in Trench, including aggressive behavior when threatened, with other staff has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting the issue rather than proving it. Notable something between Trench and Dr. Darling have been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview for the matter, witness accounts suggest that arguments center around the Dimensional Research Wing and the people or objects kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's something as any more than an interpersonal disagreement. This investigation has concluded that Dr. Trench's behavior is not indicative of any something and that his fitness to lead is not in question. Underhill background. Dr. Raya Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology and with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabologist stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. For fuck's sake. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connections to paracriminal organizations or any record of breaching NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an internal position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. That's how she got in again, because Dr. Darling basically asked for it to happen, which I think is quite nice. Cauldron Lake update. to the chief. Oh, to Chief Inspector Dennis. It happened again, third time this year. Something certainly has it out for something. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough. But why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitored station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got the Bureau tech going on the site next week to have a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House research station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on that says Cauldron? Cauldron Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition. We need to petition them again to share their information with the investigation agents. It's only a matter of time before this thing, or hiss, or whatever, or darkness, or whatever, hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't get any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Bright Falls. I gotta get in there. There's the things up there. There's so much data in this one fucking room, it's great. Staffing issue. Fuck's sake, dude. So much reading. My phone dying, my phone's good for now, but I might as well put it on charge. Mr. Dennis. So yes, there's an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing, and the ones who left for the other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up the workload. Hell, just finding the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing is that it's going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. Lobby isn't meant to accommodate the whole sector's worth of staff. We have to put forward a motion to move investigations to a more subtle location months ago. It better not be still sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Your job to handle it. Fucking words. What's this? Resignation letter. To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard of my department's something. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame the situation on that probably says the director, Zachariah Trench, who routinely ignored my request for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the something, loose inside. I will never forget the screams of the brave agents begging for us to open the firebreak. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The Bureau has failed as agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Oh, that's what it says. The director has failed as agents. Sincerely, William Kirkland. Tractor Sun. No, miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. This is the only thing I can think of. It could be anything. 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 It could be anything Male Caucasian, case study. 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained for coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy finding. Blunt force injuries to the head, lacerations left ear and cheek, blunt force injuries extremities, dislocation of the right knee, complete ablation of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right. Things happened. Extensive trauma abdominal region. Complete ablation of multiple organs, including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and a portion of the large and small intestine, all missing from the scene. Conclusion: it is my opinion that Mr. Burrow's death is not the result of a mechanical accident, as claimed by authorities. The removal of the organs is consistent with animal attacks. Well, it was said that the guy was like, the thing was like growling like a bear. Where does this even power? Don't actually know. Are we gonna get an episode of Bright Falls to watch? I really hope so. Specimen escape assessment. The purpose of an internal investigation that is to determine the containment failure of specimen SI-1 that resulted in the deaths of an amount of agents. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researchers' notes on the specimen from the internal network. On the specimen began displaying a sharp increase in aggressive behavior. Cross-referencing the date with the various logs found only 2 events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. 1. The air filters were changed, and 2. An hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice, likely Alice Wake, entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. Given their connection to the same AWE case that Miss Wake's presence is relevant to the specimen's escape and the something. So they're probably referring to Alan Wake, right? Because Alice Wake, because it mentions Alice going to the bureau at some point anyway, after Adam disappeared. There's so many like different documents and reports that I can't be able to find it, but I know it's there somewhere. This is really cool so far. Blessed organization. The group individual has operated outside the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to the illicit paranormal material. 1944, LA-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the legal use of an altered item. 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. The arrest order has been issued to any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed Organization. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Did it. Was he still in the darkness writing the story? Or... Zane. The fuck? Night Springs! That wasn't an episode of Night Springs. Look. It said that Alan Wake wrote an episode for Night Springs that was never aired. Do you think we're gonna get to see that? Or at least see the script? That'd be pretty cool. The hell? Oh, it's that's like the fucking motel thing for Alan Wake. Let's go. Traverse the ocean. Oh. Stop that. Stop that. There's the key. And the lights. I really hope this is like a horror-centered DLC. Hartman's Farm. I forgot Harmon was the therapy guy that was like a big villain. Kind of. I forgot that. to the door. 1, 2, 3. All the investigations. Interesting. That's blood. Investigation sector. Surely, if I know who Alan Wake is, I should. No, if Jessie knows who Alan is, she should probably be more concerned about the fact that she can hear him. Because again, he's been missing for 15 plus years, I think. I think the original game is in 2013, I believe. Hey guys, what the fuck is going on here? It's Alan Wake trying to tell me something. You like how the fucking phone call things are the same. They're in black and white, and it's Alan still writing the story. If that makes sense. Like it's still Alan writing, which I think is a good thing. Ow, ow. Stop it. Let's... Where am I supposed to be going? Foot gossip. Hello. My feet gossip at night, and now I have to wear shoes to bed. Sincerely, me. Cool. So generic villain of the darkness has come back. I like that, they're bringing like Alan Wake-isms to Control, and it still kind of makes sense. Like the darkness being here still kind of makes sense with Control's like hiss shit, you know? And I appreciate that fact. Even if it is like a tad far-fetched, it just kind of works. A more? Don't think so. Feels like there would be more, but nothing's happened. Cool. Gonna go now. Oop. Hey, they're speaking like they do in fucking Alan Wake. That's great. They even make no sense like the darkness. Oh, fuck's sake. Construct Surge. Ooh. New gun. Shame I wasted it. I need another facet now. Hold on. The third thing. The darkness. Gotta go down there and find a battery. What are you looking?
Reminder, all employees are required to report their hours at the end of each month. The Federal Bureau of Control maintains that time is not subjective, and hours passed on alternative planes cannot be claimed. Astral dives do not accumulate overtime compensation. Thank you for your attention.
It's a bit dark in here. We can all agree on that. What the fuck is that?
Day 6 inside the motel. Utilized surveillance methods are as follows. Fiber optic cameras slid under the individual room doors. Motion detectors in the lobby area. Tripwire triggering a flash camera across the main entrance. Even fingerprint powder on the front desk. Results are very best. Mostly just inconclusive and unusable. The footage is corrupted, sometimes even the equipment. I don't know how. Zach, I think this place is making fun of me. That's the only explanation. I can hear them laughing and screaming behind the closed doors. I can hear the call bell going ding multiple times a day, but when I look, there's nothing there. I know I'm supposed to stay out of sight, but I've seen the doors closing just before I can catch even a glimpse of anyone or anything. They're messing with me, whoever they are. I think. Wait, shh. There's something. I gotta get this. Gotta get the cable out. Come on, you fiber optic fuck, cooperate. Okay, there we go.
Cool. Interrogation complaint. Kirkland. So you put me on desk duty just because I did the thing I was fucking hired to do. My job. Wanna know what I call that? Bullshit. Asking us to interrogate these scum without using words like altered items or AWEs or paracriminal is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life, and I've heard of some fucking stupid things. They already know the facts. Hell, they know just as much as us, if not more. And they get to sit there and laugh at us while we dance around our words, try not to leak classified terminology. They already know the fucking terminology. If you think pulling me off the case will stop me, think again. That piece of shit blew up those tracks. He killed people, all to make a train turn altered. We have him dead to rights, and you need to let me back in the interrogation cell so I can so I can get him to flip on his buddies. These people are terrorists and don't deserve to be treated as such. This won't stop unless we stop them. You can go ahead and put me in suspension. See if that slows me down, Agent Hewitt.
That was fake, but I definitely. The recording better work this time, or I swear to God. What? Hello? Who's there? Oh, shit. I'm with the FBC. Move away from the door. I have a... Where's my...
I think that's the end of it. What the hell is this? Another fine mess, clear the mold. Hello. was the thing that I just got? Black market. Black market hub specializing in the trade of occult talismans, relics, and other assorted ceremonial objects, as well as genuine altered and paranormal materials, was railed in somewhere. Czech Republic by a team of specialized investigators. Unsuccessful attempts by suspects to escape using altered items resulted in numerous casualties and prevented the Bureau from questioning all participants. The following interrogations revealed that not only is there a vast network of these retailers, but that they seem to be gathering information on altered items and other paranatural materials from unknown sources of the Bureau. The Bureau's concern here is threefold. A. There is a growing underworld market for paranatural materials, which implies a growing awareness of their existence among a niche group of the general public. Fucking reading. B. These criminal individuals do not seem aware of the item's paranatural powers, and their attempts to activate them could prove devastating if done in populated areas. C. The motivations of these collectors are largely unknown. In short, we're fucked. NASA cooperation review. Following the NASA FEC coordination agreement of 1972, the Bureau has provided NASA with numerous technological advancements based on our research, including the black rock lining now found in all spacefaring vessels. In return, all data gathered during space missions is made available to the Bureau researchers for analysis. Recently, certain individuals have raised concern that this relationship does not adequately benefit the Bureau, either intellectually or financially. Though in examination of the costs occurred by both organizations has shown that the expense of NASA's recent launch of something far outweighs any spending related to the processing and delivery of black rock. From its medium Earth orbit, the something will provide the Bureau with an unparalleled resource for remotely monitoring and photographing AWE sites, a resource that would be lost if the partnership ended. It is the opinion of this committee that maintaining a cooperative relationship with our colleagues at NASA is of vital importance. They working with the space people. Did it not? Where are we going? There. Oh my fucking god. The Shadow. Paranatural entity number 10, aka the Shadow, is an aggressive thing consisting of three known types. A. Localized manifestations of sentient beings capable of occupying organic and inorganic material, as well as exerting some kind of force over its surroundings. Type B. Shaded individuals. Human bodies, something by the Shadow. These individuals become notably more aggressive, but do seem to retain something of their previous selves. Research is ongoing as to whether this condition is reversible. Shaded objects. Similar to Type B, except the inanimate objects are something solely to be used as destructive tools. Each type seems to work as a shared goal, possibly targeting certain individuals. See AWE 35. which may simply imply a shared link to some kind of intelligence. The threat this entity poses warrants immediate exploration of defense measures. The investigation sector is being outfitted with an additional lighting source, some internally powered to prepare for the eventuality of an outbreak. What's AWE-35? I forgot. Uh... 29, 35. 35 is a bright falls without awake. Right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna check the bright falls one quickly. Yes, that Alice Lake was found during the Bureau's investigation, so maybe she wanted somehow managed to find them again.
My understanding of the darkness is fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance. By its very nature, it abhors comprehension. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light source can be used as protection, even weaponry, against this metaphysical gloom. And then there are the artists. I know for a fact that Tom, Wake, the Anderson brothers, and Lane all had some involvement with the darkness.
Who's Lane?
Whether their uncanny ability to affect reality through their art beckons the darkness, or do their work perhaps even create it. With Wake now secure,
Oh, he's the painter guy.
I expect I shall grow closer to learning the answers to these questions. Assuming he cooperates, which is proving quite the challenge. Well, perseverance is the foundation of knowledge. Speaking of, I must be off on my rounds.
Train derailment resulting in 62 casualties and numerous injuries was suspected to have been the work of a apparent criminal group known as something. As a result of this event, the agents discovered that one of the cars has become altered with a persistent auditory event. It remains to be determined whether the AWB was spontaneous or the direct result of the sabotage. The Bureau the Bureau had been tracking said group at the time, and the intel gathered suggested an event of this caliber was imminent in Bloomington. As a result, a response team on the site was able to respond to the train accident within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find emergency process underway, but also equipment left behind by the suspected group. The suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigation on the accident site revealed curiously undamaged train car. that exhibited an altered state when entered. Ooh. Time to open the door. What the fuck? What does that even do? Oh. Just range your air more. Fuck. It's the lighthouse. Don't know what that means, but it's something. I've got no idea what that is. But that's the lighthouse from the DLC. I know that for a fact. They need a battery. If I were a battery, where the fuck would I be? What is that? The battery there? No, it needs a battery. That needs a battery. Vending machine. Magic vending machine, dude. Let's go. Search. Oh, such as grenades. Let's go. Fuck, I can kill myself. That's so cool. Ow, fuck. I mean. Oh, go away. I can't see anything because I'm dying. Where the fuck am I? 'Cause I don't know where I am. Where the fuck am I going? What's this doing? All the lights are on. Hartman is dead. Didn't like that at all. I'm gonna leave that there because I don't want to do any more reading today. Goodbye.